안녕하세요. In our last unit, you learned how to ask the price of something per item. 이 사과 한 개에 얼마예요? 한 개에 1,000원이에요. In this unit, you will learn how to ask for what you want in a clothing store. If you want to buy a t-shirt or a pair of socks, how do you speak in Korean? Let's look at the video. Two people are talking in a clothing store. Listen carefully.
양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요?
2켤레 주세요.
The salesperson in the shop asks, 양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요? It means how many pairs of socks do you want? Spoken literally, it's how many pairs of socks shall I give you? The customer answers, 2켤레 주세요. Give me 2 pairs, please. Please listen again. 양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요? 2켤레 주세요. Do you go to clothing stores and shoe stores often? What kind of clothes and shoes do you like? From now on, we will study expressions that can be used in clothing and shoe stores. Let's first look at today's vocabulary. 치마, skirt, 치마. 바지, pants, 바지. 청바지, jeans, 청바지. 티셔츠, t-shirt, 티셔츠. 양말, socks, 양말. 구두, shoes, 구두. Now listen and repeat after me. 치마,
치마,
치마. 바지,
바지,
바지. 청바지,
청바지,
청바지. 티셔츠,
티셔츠,
티셔츠. 양말,
양말,
양말. 구두,
구두.
구두. Let's check your vocabulary. What is it? Please look at the picture and say the word in Korean. 치마, 바지, 청바지, 티셔츠, 양말, 구두. Now it's time for grammar and expressions. You will learn the sentence ending 일까요, 리을까요 today. 일까요 is used when you ask the listener his or her intention, opinion, or thoughts. The sentence is in the first person, and the subject can even be omitted from the sentence. It is placed after an action verb stem. When the action verb stem ends with a consonant, use 일까요. When the verb stem ends with a vowel, use 리을까요. Let's imagine a situation where you are going on a trip and you want to hear the listener's opinion or thoughts. First, let's ask about what you should eat using 무엇을 먹다. The verb stem 먹 in 먹다 ends with a consonant, so you can ask 무엇을 먹을까요? Meaning, what should I eat? Now let's ask others for their thoughts on where you should go. The verb stem 가 in 가다 ends with a vowel, so you can say 어디에 갈까요? Where should I go? Let's continue by asking other things. What if you want to ask about where should you go for sightseeing? You can use the expression 무엇을 구경하다 and say 무엇을 구경할까요? Where should I go for sightseeing? You could also ask what you should buy. Right, using the verb 사다, you can say, 무엇을 살까요? What should I buy? When you go to a restaurant in Korea, the waiter or waitress checks if you are ready to order by asking what they can give to you. 무엇을 드릴까요? 드리다 is an honorific form of 주다, to give. People working in a restaurant use the honorific form to customers, so they say 무엇을 드릴까요? Not 무엇을 줄까요? Do you remember that we learned the form 을까요 before? In Module 3, we learned that the sentence ending is used when offering a suggestion or asking an opinion about what to do together with the listener. However, the 을까요 we just studied is used to ask the listener's opinion about what the speaker should do. In other words, the sentence ending has two different usages. For example, when one person in a restaurant says, 무엇을 먹을까요? Depending on the context, they could be asking about what to eat together, that is, what shall we eat? Or they could be seeking a suggestion about what the speaker should eat. What should I eat? If you had intended to ask about what you two should eat together, the answer to 무엇을 먹을까요? could be 비빔밥을 먹어요, which means let's eat bibimbap together. If you were asking the listener's opinion about what you should eat personally, 무엇을 먹을까요? What should I eat? The listener could answer with 비빔밥을 드세요. You should eat bibimbap. Alright, now it's your turn to practice. Change the given sentence to 을까요 form. 케이크를 사다. 케이크를 살까요? 음료수를 사다. 음료수를 살까요? 선물을 준비하다. Here, 준비하다 means to prepare. 선물을 준비할까요? 음식을 준비하다. 음식을 준비할까요? Now respond with a fitting sentence. 배가 고파요. 샌드위치를 드릴까요? 볼펜이 없어요. 볼펜을 하나 드릴까요? 추워요. 창문을 닫을까요? Here, 닫다 means to close. Now, it's time to do some speaking practice. First, take a look at the dialogue.
양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요?
2켤레 주세요.
The salesperson in the shop asked, 양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요? How many pairs of socks shall I give you? Then the customer answered, 2켤레 주세요. Give me 2 pairs, please. 켤레 here is a counting unit, meaning a pair, and is used to count shoes, socks, or gloves. Use a pure Korean number before this word to say, for example, 구두 3켤레, 양말 2켤레, 장갑 4켤레. When you count clothes, use 벌, which means pair or garment, and is a unit used to count clothes. 옷 한 벌. Now listen and repeat after me. 양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요?
양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요?
양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요? 2켤레 주세요.
2켤레 주세요.
2켤레 주세요. Now let's practice together. Answer my questions, please. 양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요?
2켤레 주세요.
몇 시에 갈까요?
3시에 오세요.
무엇을 살까요?
이 티셔츠를 사세요.
Well done. Now ask your friend a question and let them answer.
언제 전화할까요?
내일 전화하세요. 이 바지를 드릴까요?
네, 주세요.
Very good. Now can you answer me? 양말 몇 켤레 드릴까요? Very good. You can answer with 한 켤레 주세요. Or with 두 켤레 주세요. Next, you will watch some dialogues using the expressions we just learned. Listen carefully.
이 양말 얼마예요?
3,000원이에요. 몇 켤레 드릴까요?
두 켤레 주세요.
네, 알겠습니다. 모두 6,000원이에요.
이 운동화를 사고 싶어요.
네, 사람들이 그 운동화를 좋아해요.
한 켤레 주세요.
네, 45,000원이에요.
이 구두 얼마예요?
75,000원이에요.
그럼 이 구두 한 켤레 주세요. 이 치마가 예뻐요.
그 치마를 드릴까요?
네, 주세요. 얼마예요?
45,000원이에요.
How was it? Did you have fun? Today, you learned how to ask for what you want in clothing and shoe stores. In our next unit, you will learn other useful expressions to use for when you are in a shopping area. 고맙습니다. 안녕히 계십시오.